we get to have a great discussion about which is better. Should you be building a sales organization or a marketing company? And we have an extremely lively and talented group of panelists here today. And just to quickly get to know everybody, just very fast, just introduce yourself, where you're from, what do you do, and what is your name?
Hi, I'm Kayla Leos. I'm broker owner of JK Realty in Gilbert, Arizona. And I did a talk yesterday about how to build a contagious real estate brand. So I think you guys probably know what side I'm on.
Nice, and I am Ivan Estrada from Douglas Elliman in Beverly Hills. I'm one of the broker associates and CPAs for the company.
Greg Harrelson, Centric 21, the Harrelson Group. I have offices in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Charleston, South Carolina, and I sell.
Good morning, I'm Kimber Mankitti of the Mankitti Group at Keller Williams Capital Properties in Washington, D.C. We have offices in the District, Maryland, and Virginia.
So we have it pretty evenly divided here. I think backstage we decided that we have a marketing, sales, but we have one of these people that are trying to cross the line and trying to be on both of it, but we're not going to allow that today. We're going to make it pick a side. There's no Switzerland up on this panel today. So no Switzerland. Except for me. That's right. So let's start with Kayla. Let's talk a little bit about why did you decide to build a marketing-based company first?
So one of the driving factors was because I was super passionate about what I had been able to accomplish, and I wanted to share. I wanted to inspire all of you to really get over your fears, get out of your comfort zone, and build something epic. I mean, I believe we get one life, like one. So any opportunity that comes my way, I want to seize it. And so one of the ways I do that is by using a marketing approach.
Well, one great example in our prep calls was you talked about using Facebook Live in your business. So share that example of how you use Facebook Live to increase productivity in your brokerage.
Yeah, absolutely. So we use Facebook Live like crazy at JK. In fact, one of the awards that we give out when we recognize our agents is a live video. Who's willing to go live? So what we have done is we really encourage each other to support each other when we go live, that we don't feel like you're going live to nobody. I mean, I've been there, right? You have like one viewer, and it feels lonely, but I always think, I'm like, hey mom, I love you mom. So by encouraging each other though, you have your peers supporting you. And it's grown our business exponentially. We'll go live in the office and an agent will get a lead right then and there. We go live about maybe industry changes or cool articles that come out. I mean, essentially we're day trading time and attention. And we really have to just capitalize on the power we all have with this.
It was amazing hearing your story. If you get these agents in this group and they're all kind of nervous, they're in productivity and they're thinking about growing their business, and instead of telling them what to do and then wondering if they do it, you just say, get out your phone and just do it right now, go live right now, and you just make them do it in front of everybody. And the interesting thing is they get results, right?
Absolutely. And we just believe in immersive training. Like, let's quit talking about it. Let's go do it.
The other thing that I thought you did an amazing job of is making agents feel awesome when they join your brokerage. So tell us a little bit about the experience or that an agent would feel when they join your brokerage. What do you do to as a marketing company to welcome agents to your brand?
Oh my God, this is humbling because I have a really cool group of individuals. What we do is we create a little welcome video and we post it on the new agent's timeline, and all of our agents come together and they say welcome, and a few of them are sitting here today. They make funny memes. They welcome each other with funny memes, and we just have fun, and we provide that sense of belonging because we never want anyone to feel alone.
It seems to me that creates that kind of viral experience where other agents are seeing, hey, why did my brokerage welcome me like that, and it probably spreads, which is why your office has probably grown as fast as it has. Ivan, you do a lot of video as well. Tell us about this idea that you came up with called the Real Estate Minute.
Awesome. So I was running one day, I love fitness, and I was getting this idea of like, I love being in front of the camera, how can I maximize and utilize that? And I thought, as a millennial, like how many times have we heard that word since we've been here at Inman? I like fast information, I like video, I don't want to read through stuff. And I came up with this idea of the Real Estate Minute. And I started my own YouTube channel, and we put out content. It's lifestyle, it's design, it's about real estate, and I'm not selling anything. I don't put up my listings. I put up, advice to people who are buying, give people information, and I think that's the thing as a millennial, we don't want to be sold to. We want information to make our lives better so that we can make better educated decisions, and that's why I think it's been so successful.
Give me an example of what one of these videos would have in it.
So an example of a video, our January video, it was all about millennials. Who are millennials? Where are they buying? Because it's this big misconception that we're poor, we're living in mom and dad's basement. And what are they buying? What are their choices of colors? I mean, even that makes a huge difference. We don't want to remodel anything. We want move-in ready. And I think that was one of our big subjects in January, millennials. It's the thing, it's popular.
So I'm a skeptic.
Okay.
Which means, I'm always skeptical of everything. And when I was talking to you, first thing I did is I went and I watched some of these videos, and then I picked up the phone and I called you and I said, well, does this work? And the first thing that you said, well, I get a lot of business from it. And I said, well, what kind of business do you get? So what was the most expensive listing you've got?
What about an $8 million listing? How about that? $8 million.
$8 million.
And here's the thing.
I'll do anything for $1 million,
right?
$8 million.
Right, $8 million. And here's the thing about those videos too, they get to know who you are as a person, your personality. I've walked into homes in a listing presentation and they'll just come up and like, oh, let me give you a hug. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this already kind of breaks down a barrier and makes our life and our job a lot more easier, and it builds that trust a lot quicker.
Is your competition doing this?
Nobody's doing it. I think I'm the only person in Los Angeles or in California who's actually doing it, and it boggles my mind. It does take time, it does take a little effort, but honestly, the results that you get are just amazing, and my business just keeps getting better and better, and it's opened more opportunities, such as HGTV, on E, on Bravo. They're watching my Real Estate Minute. I'm just like, what? That's amazing.
Well, how much of your business is coming from this idea of the Real Estate Minute?
I would say about 40%.
Wow.
40%, and we put it out through Facebook, through Instagram, through Snapchat. I mean, it's all about these digital platforms that are free, and we have to utilize them as much as possible because the old kind of sales tactics, no offense, they're not working as much as they used to.
So, what advice would you give these individuals if they wanted to create their own Real Estate Minute for their own town, assuming you haven't trademarked that already?
It's trademark.
Yeah, right.
Get in front of your laptop or even your phone. This, like you just pulled out your phone, it's the most powerful tool that we have to be able to give out a message and, to a broad audience. So there's so many, iMovie, for example, you can download iMovie on your phone and you can quickly edit video and send it out to your sphere within minutes. So there's no excuse for not using video to your potential.
Are you using it to market your listings?
I don't. We do videos for our listings. We do the drones, we do the lifestyle videos, but I don't really market those as much as the stuff of giving people information because I feel like we get the best results out of that.
What are you doing outside of videos or the Real Estate Minute that's really working for you as far as marketing?
Facebook Live, doing the Instagram Live. At first I was kind of skeptical. I was like, no, nobody wants to watch these live videos, but they do and they enjoy it, and it shows people. I saw your live video when you were filming it in Town Square. I was like, I know her, and I actually sat down and watched the whole thing. And again, it's free, and it gets to really put you out there to your friends, your family, and when it comes time for them to buy real estate, they're not going to go to the pushy salesman. They're going to go to the one that they feel that they connect to. And that's how you're going to connect with people through, honestly, social media. It's a game changer, and it's not going to go anywhere.
You talked about a tool that you use on Zillow in a listing presentation. Will you quickly tell us about that?
Oh, it's a Douglas Elliman tool, so it's called the buyer's funnel. And what we do is we're able to kind of pinpoint the buyers that are looking within a certain region. Let's say it's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath house, $2 million in Los Angeles. I get to go into a client's home, pull out this buyer funnel that DE has, and they usually will ask you, right, do you have any buyers for my home? And you can actually say, yep, I have 15 buyers that I can actually reach out to as soon as I walk out of our meeting that are looking for a house just like yours. And that's something that Douglas Elliman has, and it's been amazing for my business. It just solidifies the listing right there.
I get it. Greg, why did you decide to build a sales-based business instead?
I'd say I mainly started focusing on the sales base for the fact that it was, in my mind, it's numbers, right? So it's very easy to duplicate, and it's very repeatable, it's very predictable, and I think it can sustain through recessions, through high times, through low times. A lot of times from a marketing perspective, if the market starts to dip, a lot of times marketing budgets start to dip, and when marketing budget starts to dip, I see that their lead flow starts to dip, and then all of a sudden they're kind of stuck. Oh gosh, where do I get my leads? So I look at that as when you're a sales-based a platform, then you're recession-proof. And a lot of that, if you look in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, my company actually gained market share every single year based on the sales strategies that we were using.
So, how many units did your sales team do last year?
We did 2012.
2012. You couldn't get it to 2017 to match the year?
Well, I mean, let's just say that I missed my goal, so I'm not too happy about the 2012.
So sales-based business, in my mind, means prospecting.
Yeah, lead generation.
Lead generation.
Yes.
So what are they doing specifically that the audience could go out and say, I'm gonna be like Greg today? Who are they calling?
Well, we just start with the easy things that everyone will know, is expireds, for sale by owners, just listed, just sold, rent those, which is people that are renting on their own, probates, centers of influence, past clients. I mean, those would be the I guess the low-hanging fruit, I would say.
What is a really good script that you could give them if they just want to pick up the phone and say one thing to one person that would be simple that they could try?
Yeah, hello, it's Greg Harrelson with Century 21, the Harrelson Group. I just sold the home over on XYZ Street, had 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it sold for $575,000. I'm just kind of curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling in the community right now? And that would be your most basic, just sold script.
And how many calls would somebody have to make to generate an additional appointment from something like that in your experience?
On something like that, it'll probably be about, well, not calls, because we'll talk about contacts. There's a difference in attempts and contacts. So that's going to take somebody around 60 contacts in order to get a very good lead or a good lead in that particular source. If it's an expired, I think you should get an appointment every 3. If it's a physical, I think you should be getting a preview out of every 3, and then maybe an actual bona fide listing around every 4 of those previews, so it'd be 12.
Okay. Do you have an additional script you would share with us that might be valuable for the audience?
Unexpired, I would just, say, hello, Ben. Hey, it's Greg Harrelson with Century 21 Harrelson Group. Obviously, you're aware that your property is no longer being marketed. I just wanted to give you a call because I assume you're still going to sell that. Is that correct? They have to say yes, practically. Yes. Well, good. I noticed that the property, failed to sell after 6 months of sitting on the market, and I got some experience in that particular area, and I know that if a property is positioned properly, it sells in your community. I'd like to discuss with you what I could do to help you get that sold. Should I, could I meet with you today at 2, or would 3 be better?
You know what's interesting I know about Greg? Is after you call that person on the phone and you build a relationship, what do you do with that person's contact information?
Well, then we're going to put them in our database. So assuming I'm going to call them and it's a no. So you can really monetize. The real money in real estate, in my opinion, is not converting the yeses, it's monetizing the nos. So in a sales business like I'm in, I'm going to get people to say no, right? But what do I do with them? We put them in our databases, and then we monitor their click patterns, their engagement, and then based on how they're clicking and absorbing content that we might have in our nurture campaigns, then that kind of puts them on this special list that we're going to go and call them again.
So the real difference between a sales and a marketing-based business is the acquisition of the initial contact information, because you're actually marketing to them after you get them in your database, right?
Absolutely, and here's the distinction that I make. Sales is generation. Marketing is identification. Marketing strategies, from my perspective, allow us to see this broad group and say, out of these 5,000 people, these 100 need to be called. So the marketing helps me identify who I need to go out and contact. So sales is generation, marketing is identification. That's how I see it.
Well said. Kimber, why did you decide to build a sales-based business, or you can argue with me?
A little bit of arguing, just a little bit.
Go ahead.
So in our world, I think part of thinking about the sales-based business as being the walls, your foundation. And for us, marketing is really like the crown molding. It's a nice addition and finish, but if you don't have a solid foundation, the crown molding is useless. So really understanding what are the basic skills that you have. Are you building a database that you can convert? You know, we're looking for a return on investment. What marketing dollars are we spending and on who, and is it returning to us? You want an activity that's predictable and that you can build and grow on. And so while I think some of the Facebook Live, like that's awesome and great, oftentimes, do you know who you're talking to, and can you go back and capture them? Do you know when it's actually time for them to sell the house? And so focusing on an activity that allows you to be able to follow up, convert, understand over time, and stay in front of someone for the long game.
So where are you guys getting your business from?
Sure. So a big part of our business is obviously our sphere and network. So we're starting with people that we already are in relationship with. We also do a lot of geographic farming, so a traditional real estate base of understanding what geographic territory there is. In our world, we really want to focus on going deep, not wide. So not having a million different things that we do, but having some really key critical strategies that we implement and create a good result for us. So that can be geographic or demographic. Are there areas and populations that you are a part of already? It's authentic. They trust you, you're building that relationship, and it's where you spend time, whether that's your kid's school or your running club. So really looking for that and building the base and relationships there, which is enhanced by marketing, but understanding your strategy and implementing it consistently.
So I was teasing you about arguing with me, but you said behind the stage that you run a sales-based business that's marketed and enhanced.
Absolutely.
And what we're actually learning is that all of these individuals prospect to the people they generate from their marketing, and they market to the people that they...
That's right.
We're all doing the same thing, basically. So why'd you say that?
I think it is that, right? That once you get to the group, you've got to stay connected to them and continue to do so in innovative and creative ways. But I think you have to know what your base is, or else you're just shooting at a useless target. There's nothing there. And so how do you make sure that I think my clients probably see lots of people on Facebook or on social media, and they know that I have a consistent event with them. I call them quarterly. I have a plan of action, and I implement it. I know where my marketing dollars go, and I hold them accountable. So there's a lot of people who are spending a lot of money and resource to market to our clients, and frankly, we're paying them, right? How many of us have phenomenal Zillow contacts? Like, that's big money in technology. So what are you doing with it? For us, it informs who we go back to, who we reach out to, and how we stay in front of them. So you can guarantee that when they go on those pages, they're going to see our site, but they're also going to know that we have an interactive website, and we have video, and we're going to do a client event with them. Like, we have lots of ways that we engage them, but it's strategic, and I can measure it.
So you, like Kayla and like Greg, you own a brokerage and you have a sales business.
That's right.
So how many agents are in your brokerage?
So we have just under 1,000 agents in our brokerage.
So are you running a sales or a marketing-based brokerage? How are you attracting agents to your brokerage?
Yeah, we're really running a sales-based brokerage. In many ways, because it's a business, right? We want people to understand that they're entrepreneurs, that they own businesses, and treat them that way. And a lot of, I think, real estate agents, we're lifestyle brands, right? We like to see our faces, and it doesn't always translate into income or a sustainable lifestyle. So what are you building, and what happens when you're ready to transition in? So we're looking at, do you have a profit and loss statement? How much are you spending? What's your cost of sale? How much money is walking out the door every time you do a transaction? And so as we're training people in that way, we believe that they're building sustainable wealth. And so one of our big indicators as a brokerage is how many millionaires are we creating in our business, and that's a metric for us. And we do that because we want to have them have P&Ls that we understand they understand, and that ultimately allows them to do what they want in their life and make decisions either in the business or out of business.
That was a very amazing and humble and thoughtful statement. How many millionaires are we making in our business? I mean, that's very powerful.
Yeah.
What's the one piece of advice you would give the audience if they were to go out and build a sales-based business?
I would say pick something and stay committed to it. So whether you're looking at your budget, you take a 12-month period and you're going to commit marketing dollars, whether that's a real estate minute, I think what you hear from these guys is they're doing something and they're doing it consistently, and you have to hold it accountable to a result. So identify what you're going to do, hold it accountable, and do it over and over and over again.
Greg, what's your one piece of advice?
For sales, if you're going to go the sales route, then I would say you need to have one consistent message that you're going to communicate to your team. as to how you're going to go out there and communicate to the public. So don't bounce around. If you like these scripts over here from this one coaching company, then commit to that. Don't go out there and teach them these scripts and then these scripts and then these scripts, because the message just gets distorted and then it gets real confusing. Nobody really knows what to do. So I have consistency in the communication that you're going to have.
Even if we wanted to build an amazing brand and an amazing marketing-based business, what would you give us advice to?
I would say don't be afraid to take a risk and try something new. Because honestly, if everyone's going left, you should probably go right. That's what I did, and that's what's working.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love life.
Well, it's pretty hard to beat those answers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause.